Hello, my friends. It's your friend Kevin, off the chain again as we are. And I am moving along with my daily journal. I am pretty good at doing the morning one, which is writing how I feel and what I'm hoping, dreaming, and wishing for the day. However, I'm still struggling with the one at night. Blur blank, blanca blue, whatever. I felt like a new language. Blur blank, blanc and blue. I don't know. Anyway, so nothing. Nothing in this book. Didn't do it on Monday night. Well, whenever night I started it. What's today? Thursday. Didn't do it Tuesday night. Talked about it Monday. Didn't do it Tuesday. Didn't do it Wednesday. So these are things I've got to work on. This is a new habit. What I did do yesterday, I went to my doctor's appointment. I think I told you I was going to go do that. And I was just delighted to see that my doctor, who's been with me, we go way back, late 90s, was on his own. His support staff, he just didn't have enough coverage. Rather than get in a tizzy about it, he just made it work. And I like that about people. I like to surround my people that no matter what they do, they make it work. Was he flustered? Yes. Was he frustrated? Yes. And that happens. It happens to all of us. We get flustered, we get frustrated, but at no point did he ever say, it's this one's fault, it's that one's fault, it's the other one's fault. In a little nugget that we had in the consulting room, he did share that he realizes it's time to pull back, time to work less, and be more. And that made me think, ooh, we have to do less. We've got to do much less so that we can be much more. And I want you to let that sink in a little more. You know, prior to, I like to call it Covalina. Let's give her a name. We were, I think, rushing around, tearing around, multitasking, taking this, taking that. It was this almost like a spin cycle out of control. If I remember 2 years ago, which is sometimes difficult and challenging, there was this push, this shove. Get it out today, get it out tomorrow. You know, the companies that say, order it at 9 o'clock, it'll be on your doorstep at 3. We ended up in a wash cycle of supply and demand and supply and demand. And this top-down structure of companies got really heavy. Think about it. The support system underneath was struggling to keep up. I saw many clients who are working, I don't like that word class. To me, class system came from the British, the European, the aristocracy, where it was like, you are here or you're nowhere. That to me is cattywampus, no. I don't like it. I grew up in a class society. Working class, middle class, and they called it upper class. As an adult, I choose to see myself as equal as any monarch. And I really believe, if I'm looking in my head, someone like as iconic is the Queen of England, and how throughout her reign, which is 70 years, pretty amazing, she somewhat stayed the course and been the same, pretty authentic. Now, giving her credit, she herself was indoctrinated into that world, into that society, and sometimes I wonder, she really didn't have much of a choice. You know, tradition, a country, a nation, a world, a commonwealth, all said, well, we're going to put your face on stamps and money and you're going to go become our figurehead. And she did it. She served that nation and the commonwealth to her best of her ability. So that's one way of looking at this hierarchy type of structure. And then I myself got caught up in the corporate nonsense 10, 11 years ago when I was beginning to think that I had to become whatever it said on the business card. Because unless you had this title, you weren't anybody. Oh, what a lie that was. A fogging lie. I won't say the other word, but you get it. Such a lie. And I was miserable with the keeping up with that silliness. And it was silly, totally silly, all ego driven. Like I wouldn't be who I am unless I had this blasé frogging title. No. No. So here I am, people, with all this mess going on in my bedroom at whatever time it is, 6:42 in the morning, January, and chatting to you off the chain, doing my thing, being honest, authentic as I can. So let me get to why we're here, what we're here. So I wrote in my trusty journal, Authenticity Journal. So the word for me today, January the 27th, 2022, is peace. And to find it wherever I'm able to find it. And that's my nugget for you. Find the peace, P-E-A-C-E, wherever you can. So I wrote, even in the contrasts, even when somebody cuts you off in traffic, even when somebody tells you something you know is not true, even when somebody accuses you of something that you're not sure you're guilty of, find the peace, seek it, look it, and make it your mission. Make it your mission to be peaceful about it. There's a little bit of a difference between being peaceful and nonchalant, or should I say passive aggressive, that sort of I don't care type of thing. There's a tiny slight difference. You can find peace if you know that your actions, your speak, or whatever somebody is pushing towards you causes you to react, back down and find the peace. Choose your words by taking that little gap of pause before you jump in and speak. And may there be joy in all people and all places today. I do these note cards. Deliberate creation is one of them I keep. The prayer I wrote down, which now taped it in this book, but I've also now started taping these 3x5 cards in this journal, and this one is thank you for leading me to all that is for my highest good. And I think the peace and the understanding, what was that one I wrote in the very beginning? Peace, love and understanding is what we really all seek, it's what we really all want, and it's what we really all go after to get. What I learned this week is that when somebody comes at you, daggers drawn, ready to fight, which seems to be what's going on out there. Your fault, my fault, this fault, that fault. Yesterday I happened to watch a little piece. It was, in my opinion, not well seated. A reaction. There was a news article that accused somebody of being a certain way. And that somebody decided that they weren't that certain way, but they had to trump up that news article and respond. But not just respond with the statement, not just respond with a retort. Oh, no. We had to get the media involved. We had to have lights, camera, action, and we had to be shown in front of our business, basically talking in this, whatever. And I just decided very quickly, without really listening to what the rest of it was, this is really all about you. This is really all about you wanting to be seen, you wanting to be shown, you wanting to show off. This has got nothing to do with what the whole point of it is. Sometimes when people make statements about us, true or not, they're looking for something, fishing for something, and that something could simply be news. It could be a headline. It could be, I need to make a headline so somebody will read this piece, read what I've got to say. Irregardless, you can choose to believe what they're saying, which is usually why there's a reaction. I've known in my nearly 60 years When people react and they want to come out and defend and make stories and make big lavish responses, oof, because something that somebody else said is a bit true, or they're a little upset because it got exposed. We don't want to be exposed. We don't want to be shown. We don't want people seeing the ugliness that is inside. Finding peace, getting quiet, choosing your words, using them with purpose, and being up for something much, much larger requires all of us to get in there and look at all those nooks and crannies that we hide things, that we push reactions down and away. It's tough. Personal growth and personal development, for me, oof, kicking and screaming, sticking my heels in the mud. Would I do it again? Yes. Why? Because I found myself. I found who I am. I found what I'm about. I found my authenticity. And now, upon reflection, which I should be doing every day in this, I look at myself, I got goosebumps, so I know Granny's here, or somebody's here. Okay, she's saying keep going. I look at myself as that little boy. Oddly enough, my friend I was speaking about, who came on Tuesday, pointed out the little boy. I've got a picture in my studio of myself, about 18 months old. I'm still in diapers, maybe a little bit younger, with a dog, black and white, standing on a hill, Purbeck Hills in Dorset. And she said, that little boy, it's still you. That little boy is still who you are. That little boy is in there. But somewhere along the line, I bought into all of the ways that other people wanted me to be, the ways that other people said I should be, the ways that other people said I wasn't or isn't or couldn't or didn't or wouldn't. And in my own case, I didn't know as a child that there was anything wrong with me. I didn't know as a child that, it was wrong for a boy to like other boys or girls to like other girls or any of that. It was who I was. It was what I was. I liked bright coloured things. I liked glitter. I liked makeup. I liked watching women put on makeup. I liked women. I liked this hair. I went into hairdressing. There were things that were acceptable about me, and there were things that were unacceptable to other people about me. And I grew up thinking this was the way it was, thinking it was how it was. And in the mid-80s, here I was, rocking the clothes, rocking the hair, having it all going on, sharp, geometric haircut, bleached on the top, really dark on the bottom, before that was even a fashion statement. And I remember moving to Miami, of all places, and being myself, quite delightfully being myself, and feeling like I needed to tone it down. That there were certain places, certain bars, certain restaurants, certain ways of being that you couldn't be that way. You weren't supposed to be that way. Even though down the road there was a movie theatre playing the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I mean, you want to talk about gender bending? Tim Curry in fishnet stockings and a bustier. Hello, how wild is that? So all my life has been this sort of, and I'm being personal, but getting it out there, asking you to reflect where you found peace within yourself so that you can come to a conclusion of, was it really who you were, or is it really who you are, or have you really found out who you are? Do you really know who you are? That's the key, I think, to living an authentic, bright, peaceful, kind, caring life. And once you can get to that bit, once you can get to that peace within the heart, the love within the heart, the understanding for yourself, then you've got what it takes to do that for other people, to be that for other people, to sort of shine that light, particularly when there's just this mass confusion going on. It's where people don't know what to believe in, who to believe in, where to go next. Start with yourself. Start with what you believe in, what you're true to. Own up to your dark spots. Pull them out of the shadows. Forgive yourself if you've done things. Forgive yourself if you've said things. And if the people you've done things to and said things to are still around and you care, have a conversation. It isn't the expectation that they forgive you and accept you. That's manipulation. It is that you genuinely are regretful that things got said or done or went or didn't go the way that you anticipated they would. And that's all you need to do. You can write a card, you can send a letter. That's it. Done. All right, let's get right to the cards because that got a bit heavy. Thanks, Granny. Father in the sky, Mother on the earth, angels, ancestors, light beings of the universe, thank you for reminding us that you're here. And thank you for guiding these cards. So there's one that popped out. Please, I ask, and I give gracious thanks that you're going to give us a message today that keeps us going, keeps us growing, and keeps us on our path, the right foot forward. Okay, I think that's enough shuffling. These, by the way, are Angel Prayers Oracle cards by the delightful Kyle Gray. I have yet to find out who his illustrator will, but I promise you I will. Let's pull that one. So we start off with this card, Focus Your Mind. So I will, gosh, I like this. This has got the chakra colours, all of these colours here. Where's my dandy little upside down jar? There. You know, I promise I will get this sorted out so I can pull this camera up and down and focus on it a bit better. Focus your mind. Why is this fuzzy? 1, 2, 3. There we go. There we are. Thank you, angels, for helping me focus my mind on my priorities. So this one popped out. So when a card pops out like that, you can call them jumpers. It's to pay attention. Focus, 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 focus. Focus on what you want. Focus on who you are. Focus on what you'd like to see happen. And then the card that goes with it is Archangel Ragwell. So Archangel Ragwell is somewhat the friend of God, surrounding the life in harmonious light. And I love this image. This image reminds me of Britt Eklund, very tall, stoic, model-like. And they are covered in light, peace, harmony. The image is somewhat androgynous. Could be a man, could be a woman, doesn't matter. Angels don't have a gender. They just have a purpose. They just want to be with us. So let's look at focusing our mind on peace and harmony and working these together. And what Kyle has to say about focusing the mind is the angels can see that there's so much on your mind right now, chaotic thinking, that at times you find it difficult to focus on what's important. So right now your mind is all over the place and maybe you're thinking about worst possible scenarios. You're being encouraged to think about what you do want so that your intentions are set on a highest outcome. So the expanded interpretation is that the angels can see that there's so much going on in your mind it's taking you away from your priorities. They want to come in and help you focus so that you can be your best, not only at this time, but all times. Take a moment to let go of any challenging and negative thoughts because they aren't really serving you. It's time to refocus in a loving and positive way and let your angels help. So let's go into peace and harmony, what he has to say about peace and harmony. A wave of harmony is being washed over your life right now. Trust that the angels are here to resolve any conflicts, anything that's been disturbing your inner peace. Take the time to surrender to God and the angels any concerns you have about conflicts or arguments or disagreements and allow them to lovingly guide you towards peace. So the expanded interpretation, according to Kyle, angels are asking you to step down from any conflicts that are going on in your life. Take a step back and allow angels in so they can help restore the peace. They want you to know that they're aware of your challenges and they know about your concerns. But until you trust their help, until you trust the source, God, all of that, nothing is going to change. So take this to heart. The angels of peace are here right now and they're encouraging you to let them bring the matter to a fair and peaceful conclusion. So let's talk about Archangel Ragwell. It means the friend of God. I like to think of it as the love of God, the light of God, like having a really good buddy. And in this case, he is the angel of harmony. I don't know that it's a he or she, to be honest. He works very closely with those who call on him to bring an end to conflicts and challenges, and helps us remember the importance of the relationships, whether they're romantic, personal, family. It's important to have good people around us. Archangel Ragwell is one of the angels of justice, working closely with Michael, Archangel of Protection, and Zadkiel, Archangel of Change, Resolution, to resolve situations fairly, so that for everyone's highest good. So call upon Archangel Ragwell in creating harmonious bonds within your circle of influence. That, my friends, I think is a good way to wrap all this up. I want to wish you peace, peace, peace for today. I'm being guided to tell you 5 times, pick 5 points today where you breathe deeply. How long do they breathe for? 1 minute. Okay, take a breath in. Take a breath out. Okay, here's what they want me to tell you. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your timer for 1 minute 5 times today and do that. When your timer goes ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, you stop. And you find on your calendar 5 times today that you do that. And see what the difference is. All right. Until next time. Let's see. I love you. Bye.